stuff.
So, what book did you want to get?
Reading with Pictures. It's like a collection of a bunch of stories that's supposed to like benefit like children's education and whatnot. It's part of a non-profit project. I would have liked to have bought that, but it cost $18, and I didn't have that going into the con.
Yeah, this was a very spend only what you really, really want and don't spend any more, because we were all tight on our budget. But it was a good con, I think. It definitely different from the Daisho Con.
I'll tell you one thing. One of the guys running this whole convention, there's like several people involved with it. One of the guys who runs the convention was a guy I went to high school with about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And that was kind of cool.
And of course, we got to see Doug Walker and Spike Spencer again. And Doug Walker, he was so energetic at this con. He was like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" He even slapped Nick upside the head when he came across him.
Well, it might help that he didn't take a plane here this time.
Yeah, no jet lag.
At least I don't think he took a plane. I never bothered to ask. But it'd be kind of dumb to take a plane here from Chicago.
Yeah, we're very local.
The guy that I was talking about, the guy who's selling the books and whatnot, the one I bought the book from, he's also from Chicago, but he took the train up here.
Ah.
He's probably the smartest one of us all.
Maybe that's what Doug did. Maybe he takes the train.
Maybe he did. I mean, it's a hell of a lot cheaper, and you don't have to deal with Chicago traffic. Well, Doug lives in the suburbs, but still, Chicago traffic. I've been through Chicago traffic, even in the suburbs.
And try going through Chicago traffic in this kind of weather. Yeah. Doesn't look pretty, does it? But what was your overall favorite thing about the con, Tony?
My favorite overall thing about the con? Just how big the whole damn thing was. I couldn't get over how big that hotel was.
I know.
I've been downtown, but I've never been to the Hyatts, especially in that restaurant up at the very, very top.
Yeah, the Polaris, the rotating restaurant.
Yeah, that's like, damn, that's a hell of a view of Milwaukee. I'll say
I know.
That. I never got to have that view.
And I feel very sorry, Nick. I have all the footage, though, from it. And I really would have liked you to see it, but then again, we have to drive in this weather. Yeah. So, I think our lives...
It was closed anyway, so it wouldn't have gotten in today.
Yeah, you would have had to come yesterday.
Alright.
So, sorry, Nick, but... Them's the breaks. Sorry. Yeah, my favorite, what I kind of liked, well, what was different for me at the con is like, yeah, it was a lot bigger in the main place area, and especially if you went to like the cosplay contest and like saw the hall in which it was in, it was like, it could have been like a warehouse or something.
I think it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I did see scoreboards in there. I think they might have like games and such in there. It's like big enough to be like a gym.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bradley Center is not that far from this hotel. It's like literally across the street from it.
Maybe it's a practice center.
Might be. I don't know.
Who knows? Spike Spencer was a riot as always. And he also taught us a lot of interesting lessons on dating and cooking. And I learned a very, very delicious sounding recipe for chicken that I kind of want to try out. Tell my mom about that. Can't wait for that to happen. But one of the things that was strange for me was the main place was big, but the panel rooms and the video game rooms were very, very small. I mean, compared to Daisho Con.
It's like almost polar opposites if you think about it.
Yeah, Daisho Con had very tight, narrow hallways leading to the panels, but the panels themselves were relatively large.
And this this is the only real gripe I have about Anime Milwaukee is I know this whole thing is like an except for Daisho Con. They were the exception, not the rule, but they had all the artists and vendors cramped into one hall. I'm sure they didn't do bad for business or whatnot, but what I liked about Daisho Con, and when I briefly met up with Doug while you two weren't tagging along with me, he said kind of the same thing. What Daisho Con did for the artist alley, like you could explore the artist alley before you go to the panel rooms. It's actually clever, very clever.
Yes. Very ingenious design for that. And the other thing, though, that I kind of missed from Daisho Con is that Anime Milwaukee didn't have like any exterior activities. Like Daisho Con had the whole foam swords battling out, wailing on each other type thing, and Daisho Con really didn't have anything like that.
Anime Milwaukee.
Anime Milwaukee. Yeah, sorry. I'm getting my cons mixed up. So, Nick, what was your favorite moments of Anime Milwaukee? Damn it, I did it again.
That's a tough one. That is a very tough one. Well, our panel was certainly a blast.
Yes, you should have been there. If I get the camera straight, you should have been there.
Let's see. What else was really good? The WTF anime panel was interesting.
It opened my eyes to how strange Japan can be, and to help me with a list that's coming up.
The game room was fun. Like, again, Daisho Con had a much bigger game room.
Huge. And also it was, but the thing was, since it was so small, it was very cramped in there, and not a lot of games are open. Like, you would be lucky if you got a match in Super Smash Brothers, in any of them, Melee, Brawl, or the original.
Yeah. Not much else I got to say.
Yeah. Anime Milwaukee is nice because it's local, but I would like it if it had a lot more varieties to it. Daisho Con had, it may have been a smaller time anime con, but it had interesting things to it, like with Tony talking about the artist alley leading up to each panels to kind of get the artist noticed in that con, and also Daisho Con's foam sword fighting things is a really fun physical activity. And Anime Milwaukee, it felt more like a casual con to me. It's always nice to go down to it because it's so damn close. But I think maybe in the next con I would like us to maybe try something that might be a little farther away, but will still be, fun to check out. I don't know what that will be, but we'll have to see when we hear anything about any cons coming up.
And I really, really, really hope the next con that we go to, whatever con it is, wherever it is, it's in better weather than this crap.
Yeah.
Well, wherever it is, or whenever it is, it's gonna have to wait until we can all afford it.
Yes, until we get the money.
We're all pretty much broke now.
We don't have no monies. No. So, as I said, I will come back next year for Anime Milwaukee. There's no question about that. It's cheap and affordable, and I might be able to get in free again. And you guys might have another opportunity to see my MangaMan panel. Because I hope I can do that again. That'd be a great idea for us. If we could, if the next convention that we go to, trying to see if we can have the panel and see if that will give us any free badges or whatnot. That was really helpful. That really helped with our expenses.
You got the free badge. I had to pay for mine.
Well, I got the free badge after you paid for your. I didn't know about it beforehand. I'm sorry, Tony.
That's fine.
So yeah, Anime Milwaukee. Always a pleasure to come down and see it, meet new people. That's the thing. This was more of a social con, where you got to talk to more people and whatnot, I think. And I think I got a few new fans. So yeah, this is the MangaMan.
And the NPC.
And some guy driving these two back home.
Signing off.